In an honest interview, Paul McCartney discusses the sudden dissolution of the Beatles in September 1969, revealing the reasons why 3 of the band's 4 members decided not to continue performing together further. Stern, who is 66 years old, questioned McCartney, who is 77 years old, why he did not move forward with remaining members George Harrison and Ringo Starr when John Lennon became a member of the English rock band. Stern's question was posed during an interview on The Howard Stern Show on Tuesday. Stern stated of the late musician, George Harrison, who passed away in 2001 due to lung cancer, "I think in a way maybe you even underestimated how great George Harrison was in terms of a songwriter. You and John were responsible for the most of this material, despite the fact that he had contributed tunes." In a conversation with McCartney, Stern said, "But think about it, it would have been a combination of your solo material from that first album, it could have been his All Things Must Pass material, and the Beatles would have been mind-blowing great even more." McCartney, on the other hand, stated that the feelings that the musicians were experiencing at the time were too great for them to control. The explanation that he provided was as follows: "I hear what you are saying, but the thing is, Howard, you know that's like a family. There's a connection between the emotional suffering and the breakup of families, and the feelings that are involved. At that moment, it is not possible to just come up with a brilliant concept like that. Because you are experiencing an excessive amount of pain, it was never going to take place." In addition, he stated, "You know, we had been through a lot, and we were just exhausted by the whole thing. However, I do understand your case." Another point of agreement between the 2 men was that Harrison, who was the lead guitarist for the band at the time, might have been underappreciated as a songwriter. In the words of Paul McCartney, "It was easy to underestimate George because, as you mentioned, John and I had always written the majority of the material and had the majority of the singles, and George was a late bloomer in terms of writing. In the beginning, he wasn't all that interested, but after a while, he started to change his mind, and wow, did he develop. He is responsible for writing some of the most incredible tunes in the history of music. The song Here Comes the Sun, which was written by Harrison, and is still considered to be one of the most memorable songs ever recorded by the Beatles, was later dropped by both of the guys." In September, McCartney and Starr, who are both 79 years old, collaborated on a performance of John Lennon's song Grow Old With Me. They are the only 2 members of the band that are still operational. Before John Lennon was murdered and killed in 1980, this song was one of the last songs he had written before he passed away. In a statement that he released during that month, Starr stated that he continues to experience feelings of sadness whenever he thinks of his late buddy and bandmate. "When I think about the possibility that John was talking about me in the moments before he passed away, I realize that I am an emotional person. I couldn't get enough of this tune. I went out and sang it to the best of my ability." In a statement, he added, "When I think of John in such a profound way, I find myself getting emotional. My greatest effort has been made. We have exhausted all of our options," Starr revealed. "I was really hoping that Paul would be able to play on it, and he agreed to do so. This is another positive aspect. I invited Paul over, and he collaborated with me on this song by playing bass and singing a little bit. In a sense, John is on top of things. In addition to Paul, I am working on it,